folks. Welcome to Sports Focus. I'm your host, John McNeil. With me, we have back from assignment, Jeff McIntosh and Mr. Kevin Sibbles. He's always here, but McIntosh is on assignment. How you doing, Mr. McIntosh? All right, looking at something. Oh, okay. Yes. No, not yes, but
yes, it worked.
Yes,
okay.
It worked. But we have another hurricane, and it's probably gutting Puerto Rico right about now. Yeah, it's headed up that way. Boom.
Yeah.
Yep.
100% without power. Wow.
It's sad.
Yeah.
But they got over the hard part, which was the eye of crossing over.
Yeah.
So now they're just dealing with the back end of the winds and stuff like that. So that should subside around about the time.
Mother Nature, baby, is in full effect.
Yeah.
Who's the boss?
She's pissed.
She's upset. She's like hell with y'all. So I hope all those people are safe and they all get the help. As our president said, we will be. He'll be there to help.
Yeah, right. Depending on him.
We'll see. On to baseball, fellas. Baseball, this 2017 season has broken the home run record. The previous record was 5,693 in 2000.
Wow.
Now, I wonder, are they going to question these baseball players
about steroids?
Steroids, or what kind of drugs are they using to, get themselves all up? So, baseball season's almost coming to an end. Hopefully the Yankees make the playoffs. Red Sox, we have our local teams in there, and I don't think the Mets going to make it. But anyway, let's...
No ask, no tell policy.
Yes. The fight. We thought it was going to be a classic Canelo, 1 loss, Triple G, 0 losses. Now, I was watching the fight with Mr. McIntosh. And he uttered,
was there too.
Yeah, and Mr. Civils. But Mr. McIntosh said something like around the 5th, 6th round in that area. He said, draw. And I was like, what? Sure enough, a draw. Why would you say that, Jeff?
The way it was going.
Yeah?
Yep. Sorry. I'm sorry.
The boy's in this reading something.
Well, the way how the fight was going, that's why I felt it was going to be a draw.
Yeah.
It was just the way it felt that way.
Looking at the fight, you saw that Triple G was tagging him for a few minutes. They had him on the ropes a few times and everything else. And, he tried to make a little bit of a comeback in those final 2-3 rounds. But from round 3 on, Triple G was just tagging him like nobody's business.
He was tagging him high. Triple G getting hit at the same time, but Triple G was walking through his hit.
Right.
The Triple G was sitting there shaking.
And a lot of them, it was hitting his arms and his gloves.
Right.
So, of course, they're going to have a rematch. I like what Teddy Atlas said, follow the money.
Hey.
They like, oh, no. But my thing is, if you would have just stopped all this, there would have been a rematch anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if a close fight like that, nobody got knocked down, nobody really got rocked in the fight, there would have been a rematch regardless.
Well, there were 2 times, each one got rocked one time. Because Canelo hit him one time and Triple G staggered for a quick second, but he caught himself. But Triple G hit Canelo a couple of times and he staggered him. So it was like, okay, it was like back and forth and bang, bang.
And the judge, the female judge, they used the term stood down. The Vegas Commission, they stood down on her. So I guess she's out.
It was like as if she was going for the draw either way because she was the one who had the fight was a draw. 110
Triple G, 118 Canelo. While the others were a little closer. One had Triple G, 114, 113, and the other one was tight. And then you had the draw there. So, well, that's boxing.
Yeah.
And,
follow the money.
Yep, follow the money. And that is the money in boxing, I would say, right now, since Floyd is no longer boxing. And that's it.
Floyd's not going to box neither one of them.
No,
He's
I
scared.
think he know better now. That McGregor fight showed that he's too old to compete with these guys. So we'll be announcing. I'm sure they're going to be announcing rematch soon, maybe next year or sometime. So Triple G Part 2, Canelo Part 2. Let's go. Now I noticed that all of the sports networks was talking about this game, Dallas and Denver, for an extended period of time. So I said, you know what, I think I got to speak on it too. My thoughts on this particular game, yes, Dallas lost 42-17. This was a whooping that these group of players have never experienced before. Everyone wants to place blame. Let's start with Dak.
Okay.
Dak had a horrible game, almost like the Minnesota game 2016 season and the Giant game last season as well. But he did show a lot of resolve in trying to fight through what Denver was bringing it to him.
He ain't no choice. He don't really have nobody to back him up.
Yeah, and he was playing on an injured ankle. So I can't blame Dak. I can't, I can blame him. You can blame all of them. This is one of them things that all of them get it.
Quarterback is all the glory, and they showed all the blame.
Yep.
Well,
It's his fault.
no, not in this case. I know somebody they did want to say it's the reason why they lost because Mr. Ezekiel Elliott, they got him on the interception return, and he just put his hands and started pouting like a little baby. Really, I don't know if it's really his fault because he gets the ball, runs, and he's running to the back of his own players.
Yeah, when you have 8 men in the box.
Yeah, when you got eight, whatever, 7, whatever they was doing.
They were about 7 in the box, and they had other stuff still on the thing.
Zeke couldn't do jack.
Couldn't run.
But I would put a lot of this on these guys, the offensive line. And the reason why I say the offensive line, because
That's Collins, right?
that's Tyron Smith, 71 is Collins, and 72 is Frederick. That was the clearest picture I could find. But anyway, that offensive line is suspect right now. They got 2 new members on the line.
All on the left, on the right side.
Well, you got one next to Tyron, and the other one is at
They
the
split him up.
he's the right tackle.
They split him up.
Yeah, you got right tackle Collins, and then your
Because
left
at
guard
first they were
Chavez
put them
Green.
all on the right side.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were supposed to all be on the right side.
So,
They
but-
mix them up.
I got a point to figure out the offensive line because against the Giants they didn't play that great. They didn't play that great at all. And now you going against the Denver defense, one of the best in the league. They got handled. But I noticed the media is not talking about that though.
No, they're not going to talk about that.
They're not
because
going
they
to
did
talk
get
about
handled.
that. They got handled against the Giants because I told you earlier, the Giants game, all I heard was number 98 for the Giants, Snacks Harrison.
My biggest thing is this. The right tackle I can't say too much about simply because he helped Von Miller.
He did a great job.
He did a great job against Von Miller. And most of the time during the passing game, that would have enough time to throw the ball.
Mm-hmm.
It was just having to defend those 7 guys rushing in as soon as they saw the handoff that they had the biggest problem with. But what about your tight end? What about, anybody, your tight end who should have been blocking also?
Yeah, they didn't max
So
protect
when you have 5 guys plus the tackle, that's 6. You still got an extra guy who can get through the gap to get to where they got to get to. Just so happens, they just hit a wall where they knew how to hit those gaps and get to Zeke. But he did what he was supposed to do against
I
Vaughn.
think Collins did an amazing job, and I think
you didn't hear his name called that often.
it was just at the tail end, and I think Dak was holding the ball way too long, and he got sacked. But other than that,
Well, he put a lot of pressure on. Collins,
yeah, he was. He was
getting pressure. He was getting a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
on. He didn't get. They didn't get to, but he was making Collins work for his money.
He worked, and as you should. I mean, you went against JPP. Now you're going against Von Miller. Later in the year,
did his
he
thing.
got Khalil Mack. So he got a lot on
he's
his
doing
plate.
his thing.
Another player that I would like to point out is a local boy, Byron Jones.
He gonna kill him.
Byron Jones was supposed to step up this year since they had all the free agents not re-signed. He's supposed to step up and be that guy. All I saw out of him out of this Dallas game, missing tackles, taking wrong angles, and really not doing his job. So he's another one that needs to get it together. They're not going to single him out. They only single out the Zekes, the Dez, and, of course, the quarterback.
Yeah, we did the same thing with another quarterback, too. But
Yeah.
keep going.
Yeah. Mr. Romo, who couldn't get it done.
He got all the blame. But he had the same
Of course
problem.
he got all the blame.
But Dak don't get all the blame.
Of course he got all the blame.
Dak don't get all the blame.
We'll see about Dak.
Well,
if Dak can get, let me say
I don't even wanna
that.
hear
Since you
it.
brought it up,
I don't even
if
wanna
Dak
hear
can
it.
get in them
I
situations
don't even
like
wanna
Romo
hear
was
it.
in
I don't
and
even wanna hear
prevail,
it.
then
Don't even
yes,
wanna hear it.
he will get the same thing.
Only thing I can say this: Dak did not get out that pocket sometime quick enough. He was stuck in that pocket because he tried to stay in that pocket too long. He held the ball too long instead of just saying, "No, let me run."
Hey, we'll see. I mean, that was a whooping, and if Dallas don't come up, then I guess we gonna see what this team is really all about. 42-17. I think that was the worst whooping of the year so far, right? Yeah. So let them Cowboys players, they got humbled real nice. NFL Week 3 is upon us. Let's go to the Loser Bowl. Browns and Colts. Who is going to get their first victory?
Browns.
Browns? That was nice in unison. I'm taking the Browns as well. Complete sweep.
No line against that defense.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Eagles.
Yeah, the Giants is...
No running game, no line. Woo!
I like the Eagles in this game, and I like the Eagles by a lot. I'll be surprised if they score more than 10 points. I really would. Because Philadelphia, unlike Detroit, Philadelphia is a different animal compared to Detroit. Detroit is okay. They got Ezekiel Zion, but Philadelphia going to bring it. And if that 74, Eric Flowers ain't got it together, if I'm Philadelphia, I'll be switching them DNs every now and then. I put Graham. I know Graham plays on the left, on the right side. I'll be switching them all the time.
Yeah.
It's going to be a bloodbath in Philadelphia at 1 o'clock. Philly, I know you just quiet. You don't need to say nothing. Atlanta and the Lions, 2-0 teams.
Atlanta.
I'm taking the Lions because they early season want to do stuff, thinking they bad. So I'm going to take the
gonna beat 'em
Lions.
like it's your
And they
set
came off that Sunday night game against Green Bay, so maybe it's a letdown. We'll see. The Raiders at Washington, Sunday night.
Raiders.
Yep.
Raiders?
Yep.
I think I'm going to take the Raiders.
Excuse me.
I think they're going to pull it out.
Well, I take the Redskins as they playing the devil, and we know that don't happen.
Cowboys at the Cardinals, Monday Night Football. It's amazing that this game was scheduled after what happened, and now the whole country, they talk about the whooping that they got. Can they rebound? Of course they can. They got a tough opponent in Arizona.
It's going to be fun to see what Dez does with Peterson.
Because Peterson is going to follow him.
Right, and the Honey Badger sitting back there
the
floating.
Honey Badger.
So it's going to be very interesting with that secondary when we have a repeat performance. But they don't have the pass rush that Denver has.
No,
Well, they do have Chandler Jones.
They do have that one dude, the defensive tackle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's nothing like that Denver's pass.
No.
I don't know.
No. And Carson Palmer been really, really suspect. He been. Really
I say it's a bounce back game, and I think the Cowboys should pull this one out.
Cowboys should win this game.
Yep,
Well,
Cowboys
you
pull
say
it out.
should.
They should pull it out.
Just for good luck.
But will they redeem
For good
themselves?
luck, I'm going to put the Cardinals.
There you go. Break it up. Folks, that's all the time we have for you. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for Mr. McIntosh from assignment.